what's this podcast called?
The nail shop.
The Nail Shop. Okay. Hold on. I need to know where I'm at.
We're at the nail shop.
All right. We are on. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome. Oh, shit. Welcome. Yeah.
What'd you just do?
I just closed something that I shouldn't have fucking closed.
All right. Well, we'll do the reintroduction. Hold up. Just open the thing. We'll redo it.
Oh, no, it's cool. It's cool. That has nothing to do with this.
All right. It's Shay Ortiz. Yo.
Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all.
Little handle
My
right
handle
here.
right there.
Hey.
Californication. Follow me.
We're going up. We got a couple views. Oh man.
Have you looked at it? I haven't looked at it to see.
I have.
I didn't want to because I didn't want to be disappointed.
I feel like it's like a little all over the place. Like it's up here, it's over there. The first episode is like pretty full. But the second episode was like, okay, but like it's us. It's just us here talking shit.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Do we want to talk about the chair in Montgomery?
Yes, because it was hilarious. Because it was hilarious, girl. I was like, yay for unity, because niggas was swimming. They said niggas can't swim. Niggas was swimming.
They got
They made it there. They got there. And
with the squad.
Did the damn thing. Like, now I'm gonna have to get a bunch of folding chairs for the salon in case somebody come in here and act crazy.
Actually, it's predicted in the Boondocks. You know that show, The Boondocks?
Absolutely, I love that.
Yes. So it's something called the nigga moment. And in the replay for the nigga moment, they have a folding chair that someone throws into the crowd at the BET Awards, and it starts a brawl.
Oh wow!
You have to watch that episode again.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was really funny. I was like, oh shit, the Boondocks predicted it. But yes, the Native Americans are with us.
They predicted a lot. Because they did that.
The Simpsons.
They predicted
The Simpsons and Boondocks. Yep. The Simpsons and Boondocks. I'm telling you, but Boondocks was telling the truth a little too hard. So I think that's kind of why some of that stuff happened. But there is another season coming on.
Really?
Yeah, but
I thought they got rid of it.
Not with the same director.
Oh.
I think the director is refusing the project.
Damn. It was so good.
But that'll be cool because this will be a new flavor. You know what I'm saying? You can't have the same flavor over and over. So maybe that's for the creative best. But with the chair, you know, the Native Americans are with us in solidarity. I seen like a chair that had like feathers, some powwow garments, some beads and like a pelt on it. And it had the Native American turtle colors, the white, the red, the black, and is it green? Mm-hmm. Are those the 4 Native American colors for Turtle Island?
I think so.
I think so. Yeah, and they decorated the chair and it says solidarity. I was like,
so
yo,
cute. I'm for it.
Yes, and listen, they were down for the cause.
Deserved it. They said that they closed down their business, and I'm like, I'm so for it.
Wait, they closed the business after the brawl?
Yeah, because them white people had a business.
Oh, the business was on the marina.
No, not the marina. Like the white people who were part of the brawl, like who started the shit, they had their own business in like Selma or something like that.
But they had no choice but to close.
Yeah, people started flooding their shit with horrible reviews.
Oh yeah, we will flood you with bad reviews.
So they had no choice but to force close. I guess I don't know if it's real in person because I'm not in Montgomery or I'm not in Alabama, but on Google right now they are.
So what they're going to do is they're going to finesse it, because you know how LA Fitness changed to Esporta to hide money.
Wow. Oh, that's what most companies do.
So that's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do. They're going to declare some type of section of bankruptcy and open a new name.
Yeah,
yep, that's what they're going to do.
Rebrand it.
Yep. Black folks, be on the lookout.
That's crazy.
Supporters, be on the lookout, because they're just going to change their name and open the business again. Talk about new management. Ain't no new management.
Yeah, we sold. No, you didn't.
That's why apartment complexes close as much as they do, and
Did
they
you
rebrand.
See what happened in Plainfield?
Plainfield, what?
New Jersey.
No, what happened in Plainfield?
This slumlord, this Jewish slumlord. Everybody's like, don't put that he's Jewish in it. No, but
if it's part of the story, it's part of the story.
Most of them slumlords are Jewish. But he lives in New York, nice penthouse in New York, and the house, like he has a complex in Plainfield that was so bad that he didn't update any codes. It was so bad that they condemned the building, and the people who were living in it, like almost 60 something tenants, all got evicted, and they paid their rent 2 days ago. Like 2-3 days ago. They were like, we just paid the rent for this month. and then they get evicted because the city then condemned the whole building. And I'm like, they do that on purpose. They won't fix the building. They'll never keep it up to code so that it will get condemned. The people will get put out. They'll go back, fix everything, and then rent it 3 times of what it was prior.
He's just going to declare bankruptcy.
Yeah, and then rent it 3
and then
times
rent
higher,
it again.
all over again. But fuck those people, right? Like paying $1,500 to live in a fucking rat hole.
Central Park wasn't a park. It was a Black neighborhood.
Same thing with Lake Lanier. My best friend's last name is Lanier, actually. And I was like, oh, girl, the ancestry.
So they closed the folks in Montgomery. This is a whole Martin Luther King throwback. So all the towns, Montgomery, they hit up. So the business that they owned in Selma
got closed.
They closed it voluntarily.
Because they was getting backlash, which they deserved. Definitely was.
I mean, any place that's bad, like we're gonna find you. The Twitterverse, that whole like,
there's no such thing as Twitter anymore.
The internet,
it's called X.
Oh, X.
Literally, I get all these fucking messages and emails like X, formerly known as Twitter. Like, please.
There's so many adult websites known as X. I don't know why he did that.
Because Twitter was mainly porn.
I mean, that's fine.
That's why Threads is there now, because Threads won't allow you to place porn on it. It's just like text. But Twitter is now like Pornhub.
Hey.
It's so weird.
So what kind of business did they own, these white folks in Selma?
It was like a mini market. But you know, like a bodega type shit.
Oh, okay. It was a corner store.
Yeah, but if you see the reviews before all the shit happened, the food looks disgusting. So I'm like, I don't even know how it was open in the first.
So let me Google this hot mess.
It's like Venice or something mini market, but the food looks a hot mess. It looks like slop. So yeah, people was like, oh, like some of the comments were like, oh, the food is so good. It feels like home cooked food. And then the others was like, yeah, the food was absolutely disgusting. The food was like slop.
Wow.
So
Vassar's Mini Mart.
Yeah, there it is. But they shut it down. Shut it down. I think some of the reviews got removed too. Like all the ones that people were leaving that was bad. I think Google took it off. Google always, against the man.
Right.
Stupid ass Google.
Yeah, they're trying to run it out of business by Labor Day. That was the goal. Apparently.
That's funny.
According to the internet.
Guys, my hat. I wanted to promote my hat.
Okay, let's promote.
My cousin made this for me.
Okay.
She does a lot of like crochet stuff, like bikinis and everything, and they're so cute. I'm gonna put her link right there or up here.
And in the description box.
And somewhere in the description box. But yeah, this is my cousin's. It's called West Indian Drip. Okay, you feel me? Because it's West Indian Drip. So yeah.
Trini.
Yeah. So yeah. Just shop with her because yeah, they're cute and they're like $15 or something like that. So
that's not bad. No, that's good. Actually, you should probably be charging more, but it's okay. We're gonna put her on. We're gonna put her on. Sis, you're getting put on. So the internet has grabbed this chair and photoshopped it into literally everything.
Did you see the one of the Black people chucking and jiving where they're all dancing and they had the chair?
That's that famous painting. That's that $20 million painting that Eddie Murphy has.
And they like chucking and jiving and they all dancing in the club and he got a chair.
Oh my God. There's 2 chairs in that painting that have been photoshopped.
I seen one where they made all the chairs with Gucci on it.
I did see the Gucci Louis Vuitton chairs.
Yo, they really they doing the most.
The folding chairs have gotten out of hand. Walmart, you are not slick.
Did you know what's the name? Ricky Smiley even did an interview with a guy who was hitting the people with the chair, and he was like, "I blacked out, and all I could think about is when they told Rosa Parks she couldn't have a seat." So I told him, bitches, here, you have a seat. He was just beating them.
Wait, there's a second video of a lime green, yellow chair is another incident.
Oh yeah, that one was in Detroit. So now they said everybody put the guns down. They picking up chairs.
Stop the violence.
I mind it because it's a little bit safer, but shit.
These folded chairs.
These folded chairs is like really, now you got to watch out. You got to go through the metal detector, make sure nobody got a chair on them.
Oh my God.
Like,
it's not the chair, it's the ferocity of the swing.
Yeah, like that shit was hilarious.
Listen, the video in Detroit, I guess the person passed out and they fell out and then the person with the chairs kept hitting him. Oh my God.
It's getting out of hand.
Another altercation with a chair.
The people in Montgomery, they deserve what they got because they should never hit that man. He was doing his job, and white people in their privilege, they felt entitled.
They got checked.
And yeah, they got checked. They got put in their place.
To be clear, it's not about who gets jail time, who gets probation, who gets sentenced. It's not about that.
It doesn't matter. It's the
None of that matters. It's the principle. Because Black people will happily go to jail for their morals.
Yeah, you fucked around and you found out.
All the way out.
You found out. And I love the solidarity because everybody, they didn't ask questions. There wasn't no, wait, what's happening? No, they just came in swinging because that's it. You see them. And I love that.
What's the name?
But most Black people do kind of move in solidarity because if you see one Black person running,
what's the name?
Everybody's running. Nobody's going to ask what are we running from? Nah, we're going to run together and then ask questions.
Yeah, but he who shall not be named was sitting on Mr. Floyd's chest and neck, and then everyone was watching TV. Oh, did he do it?
Well,
right, like this time, I feel like white folks are just like, nah, I'm gonna sit this one out.
Sit this one out. They're like,
they're like, I don't know.
No, this one, I don't really want to get hit with a chair too. So yeah, just mind your business, drink your water, and mind your business, and you will be safe from chairs.
Yeah,
sounds like a win-win to me.
I wanted to also. I try not to be, we try not to be too political on here, but if it comes up, it comes up. So 2 weeks ago, one of the officers who was preventing people in the crowd from intervening with Mr. Floyd, an Asian gentleman, Southeast Asian gentleman, he was an officer, so he stopped people from intervening and approaching Mr. Floyd.
Oh, okay.
And he was sentenced.
Well.
He was sentenced earlier this month.
That's what he gets.
So I'm glad that is another.
I didn't follow
chink in the armor there.
Follow all of it, so I wasn't aware, but I'm glad justice was served because Mark, whatever his name was,
he who shall not be named, Mark Zuckerberg owns Facebook.
Not Zuckerberg, Zimmerman. I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm just saying he who shall not be named. We're not giving him clout
on here. Walking around like
he's not out here.
Zimmerman is still out and about and free.
I thought he went to jail for tax evasion after he got.
No, but that's
Mr. Floyd.
Not the same. He should have got killed for what he did to the boy.
Oh.
He shouldn't have been able to go to jail for tax evasion. He should have been taken care of a long time ago. Like, why was he even able to go to jail?
Because he's white passing.
Yeah, his name is Zimmerman.
It's not the skin color, it's the behavior.
Oh
Lord.
Is it not the skin color? Oh, there's this guy that I've been talking to.
Okay, we're gonna pivot. Go ahead. This guy you've been talking to. Wait, is it the tall guy?
No, he's tall, but he's.
Oh, wait, this is a different guy.
Yeah.
Wait, so did you meet him on the what's the name app?
I did, and so because like I actually like him, and it's weird because I'm like I never thought I would like a white person.
I'm rolling.
Like I never thought I would like a white person. I just never thought I would date a white person.
Okay, so you're dating.
We're not dating, but like.
Oh, you went on a date.
Yeah, like that's
okay.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, and then if we continue to do that, then
so what was the date? What was the date?
We went out for dinner, but
you met up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it wasn't bad.
What kind of food did you get though?
Italian.
Okay.
It wasn't bad.
So next time you'll get soul food.
No, I don't even like soul food.
You don't like soul food?
Like mac and cheese is where
it's hard to be Caribbean and like soul food because you know what seasons you like, and soul food, it doesn't have this, it's not the same thing at all.
So he keeps bugging me. So he was like, "Oh, when are you gonna shout me out on your podcast?" And I'm like, never. You don't.
So he watches the podcast.
He said he'll watch it if I name drop, and I'm like,
we're not name dropping
anybody. Like that's
no, unless it's a sponsor that's gonna pay
for real. Let me see that cash. You want to see that?
Yeah, West Indian Drip is the only name we are dropping this episode.
But that's my whole question to you. Is like, when you started dating Steven, did you date other guys out of your race prior to
yes.
that? Okay, so you were used to it.
Yes, very much so.
I'm not used to it.
Oh, okay.
Girl, I'm from Newark.
Yeah.
And most white people you got in Newark are the are the fiends.
Yeah, I will actually grab something here. Cardi and I have something in common where we do not date Hispanic men. We do not date inside of our race.
I don't date Hispanic either. I don't know. It's something about them.
I already dated a Hispanic man. I'm a Hispanic female. I do not do it. And that's because Hispanic men are pampered. And I don't like that.
Pampered by their moms?
Pampered by the mothers, yeah.
Oh.
So women are expected to work immediately after, generally speaking, immediately after birth, cook, clean, continue to work full-time and part-time and hold a side hustle and babysit other people's kids when they are running errands. And you still have to have a fresh cooked meal for your person when they get home. And then your husband is expected to just work and come home and relax and have a beer. I remember with my ex, we were together for 4 years. So I know 4 years, yes. And he was, his parents were off the boat Mexican. Off the boat. Like,
they didn't speak no English?
They spoke English by the time I met them. They spoke, his mom had to learn it here, but his parents were from, shout out to La Raza, because I did learn a lot. But his mom was from Michoacan. That's one of the places that's taboo. So Americans are not allowed to travel there because of the cartel. So she's not allowed to even visit her own family, even though she was born there.
But she can't go back.
She's not allowed to even visit her family. It's very upsetting. Yeah, she's very, and I was upset.
Why'd she leave?
Because she thought that she could live in America and visit her family when she wanted, but the people in customs wouldn't let her. She even showed her birth certificate. She's like, I was born here. And they're like, ma'am, this is Michoacan. You are not allowed to go. And we can't even let you in the country because we can't trust that you won't just take a bus over to Michoacan. They wouldn't let her go. His father's from Puebla. Puebla is the place where Cinco de Mayo, the battle for Cinco de Mayo was at.
So they actually celebrate.
Puebla is the only place that celebrates Cinco de Mayo. Yeah, every other state in Mexico does not.
Like that's not even a holiday.
Yeah, that's not even a holiday. Black people, we celebrate anything.
I don't celebrate that shit. That's my niece's birthday, so I guess I do because I celebrate her.
Black people and college students turn up.
Yeah, like it's just another day to drink.
Yeah, so I remember one time me and him, we were like having a family dinner. And there was just a lot of things that were not explained, like from his culture to my culture. I'm very Americanized, and my family, we're Puerto Rican, but we're very Americanized. We have a lot of American values. So it was like a throwback in time. And I got lectured by my ex because I handed him the can of soda instead of opening the soda and pouring it into a cup of ice for him. And that was something that embarrassed him at the table. But he didn't explain that to me. Because if you had explained it to me, I'd have done it, but I probably wouldn't have liked it.
No, I wouldn't have done
But now
it.
I'm 30. You see what I'm saying? Like now I'm 30. So like I'd have been like, you could bring me some ice.
Right? That's no, I couldn't do that.
As opposed to Steven, where my honey, he's very sweet, he's very affectionate, and he's Italian American, but his family is very American. They don't have a lot of very strict Italian rules. So they're very watered down. So it's not like Goodfellas, but a lot of that shit in them Italian movies is real. Like the face slaps and all that is real. But like there was a Christmas party that we were having, and I sat down with 2 cups of coffee, just waiting for him to join me at the table. And he sits down and he has 2 cups of coffee. We both got each other coffee. Aww. So we had 4 cups of coffee between the 2 of us. Isn't that cute? But 2 totally different vibes, right? The 2 totally different vibes.
There was one guy that I've ever like got close. We were dating and he was Cuban, but he followed a certain religion. Have you ever heard
Is it Palo or Santeria?
Neither, because they're not Hispanic religions. It was Israelite, like a Black religion. You never heard of the Brothers of Israelite?
Yes.
So that's what he was.
So similar to Hotep.
I don't know what that is, but whatever this religion was, like the thing of Israelite and Islam and blah blah blah, but it's not Muslim, but it's like the Israelites where they are from Africa and they know their lineage.
Ifa and all that.
Yeah. Okay. Girl, I couldn't do.
So it was something like of the African diaspora, but you don't remember exactly what it was.
Okay. And it was just this one thing where he was like, oh, well, when females are on their period, they got to be in their own separate space and blah, blah, blah.
There's a few religions like that, yeah.
You're unclean and this, that, and the third. And I was like, first of all, sir, this not going to work. When I'm on my period, you need to bring me chocolates and candy. You're telling me that I'm unclean and I got to be pretty much sit in a cage until my 7 days are up. It's crazy. Like, it just couldn't work. And I like bacon. He don't want to eat bacon. Yes, I couldn't be with a Muslim either because I'm gonna eat my bacon. You're not about to stop me.
So it was not an Abrahamic religion that had rules on menstruation. Because like the Abrahamic religions, they have a lot of rules. Like
his one was rules. You can't sleep together. You can't be in the same bed together. You can't do this. You have to cook a certain thing at the. Ain't nobody doing all that shit. I'm not doing that.
And you were just his girlfriend, or you were dating?
We were just dating.
And he told you all that about your own period?
Yes. And he was like, "Oh, it's not that bad because we don't live together anyway, so it doesn't matter."
But why even mention it to me? Like
I was happy he mentioned it to me.
But he was ready to get the coochie though.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem.
And then the fact that you mentioned it to me, so it makes me know that, okay, in my future, if I end up falling for you and we're together, this is what I got to deal with. So thank you for giving me a heads up because I'm exiting stage left.
So be prepared for different culture standards. So what are your fears or things you might be looking forward to with this gentleman?
Girl, I don't know. I don't have expectations.
Okay, that's fine.
Should I have expectations?
I don't know. I'm asking you. It's an open-ended question. Because I would just say, just make sure he makes you feel beautiful, like you're worshipped, like you are the goddess. Just make sure all of that is taken care of, and the rest of it will fall into place.
Okay, I could think that because there was one white guy that I went out with.
Oh wait, I remember the hick, the backwoods hick.
And it left a really bad taste in my mouth, so that's why I didn't really want to try to date white guys again.
Yeah,
that left a really bad taste in my mouth. But he was like, "Oh yeah, I can't be seen out with you in public in my neighborhood. I can only be seen out in public with you in your neighborhood because, there's more Black people and stuff around your neighborhood." And then he was like, "Oh, when I go to work," because we went out in his neighborhood or whatever, and his friends or whatever from work saw us. So when he was at work, he was like, "Yeah, but they're calling me a nigger lover," and I was like, "And you just sat there and like took it." And he was like, "Oh, I don't want to be confrontational." What? Like, that's weird.
That is weird.
I was like, "Oh, you a closet racist, like, because you're supporting it instead of defending it, defending me. Like, that's weird.
If you don't want to be confrontational, he wants to be on the in crowd.
But I'm like, "But you want to fuck with me though?"
That doesn't make any sense. Crazy. That's not going to work.
So since then, I was like, "Yeah, I don't know if I could do these white guys." But this one seems different. He seems different. So I'm like, I'm gonna give him a try.
Interesting. Yeah, definitely, make sure you're being worshipped and all of that. Libra stuff. That's how we do. Libra. He's a Libra too. Oh no, that might not work out because y'all both gonna want the same stuff. Because Libras like to be worshipped. They love attention. I'm a Libra as well. So
yeah, we're all like,
so it could work. It could work.
I don't know.
Just date and fuck.
We're like the same age.
Okay.
His birthday is like 4 days before mine.
It could work, but I feel like y'all are both gonna be the yin and yangin ain't gonna be yin and yangin.
Like one person is like, we're gonna be competing to who shows the most love.
Yes.
That's awesome though. I would love that.
I would say apply it in practice and see how you feel.
I would love that. I'm like, no, I show you more love. You're showing.
Yeah.
Like, so
Libras, that's like a problem. That's why Libras are known as being cheaters, because Libras are always like chasing the high of falling in love.
I've never cheated.
I've never cheated either, but that's just something like that we're known for. It's like
I've never cheated, and I've never really broken up with somebody per se. Like, we have to mutually agree to break up, or you have to just leave, because if you don't, I'll just stick around for whatever the fuck I'm going through, I guess. Like, I've never
airhead.
I've never hit that limit. Like, you know what? I know I don't deserve this, and I'm just gonna walk away. I've never come to that realization. I always just sit there and deal with it, like, oh, it'll get better.
Listen,
it'll change.
Girl, I dated this one guy. Yeah. I did this one guy for 2 months. Apparently, he knew Steven. He knew my husband from middle school.
Oh wow.
So that's what happens. That's what happens when you move to these small towns. These they all know each other. But apparently, he made a comment to my face. This other guy. He made a comment to my face about, oh, Steven must like Black girls. I'm like, so what are we doing?
Was he white?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how can he say that?
Because Steven's ex-wife.
Like, aren't you the kettle calling the pot black?
I don't get it. I was like, because Steven's ex-wife is also Black. So I'm like, okay. So he's not allowed to date 2 Black people in a row.
But there's some people who just don't want to date people within their, like one of my friends.
I don't want to date Hispanic men ever again.
Date white guys. She's white, but when you see her, you probably think she's Puerto Rican. but she's white. She's Italian.
Okay.
She doesn't date white men. She's never like she's probably like 34 now.
Okay.
She's never dated a white guy.
Okay.
She's just into black men. Is that like?
If she's not fetishizing, then that's fine.
No, I don't think she's fetishizing. I think she just has like a preference.
If she has her preference, she knows what she likes.
She's from South Philly, and she has her preference. Like she grew up
if she's from South Philly, then she's black.
Yeah.
Italians in South Philly are black. Just a heads up.
So I'm like, yeah, she's more black than me. Like she had to put me on a few things. I'm like, damn, girl.
Yeah. I think that it can get a little, I don't want to say over publicized, like who you're dating and if they're a different race or nationality, but that shouldn't be the focus. It should be a hop, skip, jump.
Most of the guys that like, okay, so I'm on like these stupid dating apps, unfortunately. And majority of the white men on these apps, when they message me, it comes off like they're fetishizing. It's never, hey, how are you doing? Or, oh, you're just beautiful. It's, damn, you got a fine ass. I can't wait to get in between those cheeks. I always wanted a chocolate queen. Like that shit is weird to me.
Yeah,
like,
it's weird.
You don't got to do all that. Like you're making it awkward and I don't like it.
It's not like I'm gonna walk up to you and be like, damn, boy, that credit score and 401k looking real high.
It's stereotyping.
And I like those bonds you have and that diversified profiles.
Like I always wanted pink teen. Like, come on, like that's just weird. I know you would feel awkward and very uncomfortable if I did that to you. So hopefully you guys can see this and stop.
But racist is racist. You're not gonna stop racist.
But if they're racist, why are you coming after a black girl?
Because they are online, they're anonymous. They don't have to put up with any type of consequences. They just type and talk their shit.
So I'm like saying, what if the black girl actually like answered back, like, yeah, I'm into that shit, you cracker? Like then
I would say Venmo. She might be making some cash. Like Venmo, Cash App, something. Donate those mandatory donations. What are those? Buy me a coffees.
P for P or pay for play.
Pay for play, all that stuff.
Did you see that new shit that's going on TikTok?
No.
Where all these bitches are NPCs now, or
what's
like
NPC?
AI, like NPC like for a video game.
Oh,
there's this girl who's making like $7 grand a day.
And she's a video game?
No, she's not a video game. She's on TikTok pretending to be a video game character. So she's literally on TikTok like, oh my God, thank you. Oh.
What?
Like, oh my God. And then people like send her things and she's like, oh my God, I got a gift. I appreciate it.
I don't want gifts. I want money.
They're paying her. The gifts are money.
Oh my God.
And so like she makes like $7K just sitting on there like, oh, thank you. Ice cream. I love it. Oh, it tastes so good. Like that shit is weird.
Is she Asian?
No, she's black. She's in Canada.
I think I've seen some of these like in like Korean. That's why
This girl, she's in Canada and she talks like Cardi B. It's so weird. It's so weird.
I gotta get off the fucking internet.
Like I gotta get off the planet.
It's ghetto.
Yes, it's so weird how people are doing that and people are paying for something like that.
Yeah, that is weird.
Because I'm like, if she's making $7K, I need to get on TikTok and start, hi, how are you?
Yeah, I need to.
And she uses popcorn, like popcorn kernels, and she sits there and pops popcorn kernels with a flat iron. Like
that would take all day.
That's how long she sits there doing the shit, acting like.
So when the bag is empty, she's done. Yeah. Okay, that's a smart move. I would do that. I would do that.
She's like, oh, another popcorn, and then she puts another kernel and sits there with the shit in the.
Like, so does she eat it?
No.
Okay.
She just collects a whole bunch of popcorn.
Oh my God.
It's weird. It's so weird. But like all these people are like, oh, I should just start playing to be an NPC because you see all this AI shit now.
Yeah.
That shit is getting weird too.
It's creepy.
They had this, I've seen this one thing where they made an AI model, like a fashion model, and she has all these followers, all these pictures, but she's not even real. She's a influencer, but she's artificial intelligence, like she's not even real.
I don't know. I don't even know what to say to that.
And I was like, if that's the case, the future is getting scary because that goes for models itself, influencers.
Well, you know, celebrities now, they got to put it in their will.
Movies.
They got to put it in their will that they don't want to be AI'd post-mortem.
That's crazy because like they're taking everybody's voice. You could change up anything nowadays.
You saw the old lady who got scammed because she was told that her grandson was in jail.
That happened to my daughter's father. His grandmother, that same state, she got like robbed of like 17 grand. I'm like, how do you fall for that? But yeah, somebody called her like, oh, my daughter's father, his name is Aunt. So she was like, oh, Aunt is locked up, blah, blah, blah. We need this money to try to get him out.
Was she on the news?
No.
Some lady was on the news and she handed cash bond money to somebody who came to her door.
Oh, she didn't do that. But after they called her, she ended up giving them her check and routing number, and they took 17 grand out of her checking account. And then he called her like, hey, girl, what's up? And she's like, oh, I thought you was in jail. He's like, what? Like, you got scammed. Like, why couldn't you call me to find out first? You're just giving these people your money. It's just crazy. And they're doing it to the elderly.
Yeah, they're really getting these elderly folks with these AI. Keep an eye on your peoples.
You have no type of morals to hurt elderly people and children. Like, nowadays, people don't, the streets have the no code anymore anyway. Because before, back in the day, it was like, oh, you can do your shit in the streets, but you don't hurt children, women, or the elderly. Now, anybody can get it. Kids is dying left and right. People getting shot all the time. Philly is like a fucking killing field. It might as well be a cemetery at this point.
Have you been to Kensington lately? Driven through it?
No.
Oh.
I don't know why. Well, girl, I'll wait for Halloween to see zombies. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm like going to Camden. Like, I'm not going there. Like, I don't want to see zombies.
You can go to Kensington to pick up some stuff that you want to use, but you might not leave for several months.
I'll pass. There's a salon on Kensington, like a nail salon on Kensington. It's like a really bougie nail salon. It's called like Revel or some shit. I can't remember the name. Bougie as hell. They give champagne. They have like thirsty fried.
But they're in Kensington?
Thursday. They're on Kensington. I said the same shit. I was like, what? Like, how are you?
So how do customers park their cars?
I don't know. They park on the street and walk or something, but the shit is expensive. Like, bro, they have Thirsty Thursdays and have a bartender and everything. I was like, oh, that's not bad. I might have to take some pointers.
Might have to do that.
I probably might have to take some pointers. But on Kensington, of all places, I was like, yeah, I don't think I would want to go there to get my nails done.
Yeah, that doesn't.
The amount of drug addicts that's probably going to come up to you and ask you for $1 before you even get to the door, crazy. I'm like, before you even make it to the door, you might not even have enough money to get their nails done now. Like, they done asked you
something
for everything. Oh,
yeah.
I thought Landis was bad. Landis is not bad compared to Kensington.
No, not at all. Like, not at all. It's spooky, but it's the same problems. They just move from place to place. It's the same problems. It's just moving from place to place.
Remember the guy that used to meow all the time?
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen him in a while. I don't know what happened to him.
Maybe he got housing.
That would be nice. The last time I seen him was like in January. He asked me, "Oh, can you fix my pillow on my chair?" And I fixed it for him.
Maybe he got housing.
And since then, I haven't seen him since. That'd be really good if he did.
Maybe he did. I'm really praying for him. Drink water, fight racism. What's the
love on people?
Love on people. Oh my God.
Life is short. Don't hold grudges.
You know what my husband told me the other day? He told me, gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. I was like, what in the world is that?
You gotta give people your shirt, Chad.
But I'm like, who came up with that? He found it on the internet.
You get the people your shirt. Well, you gotta scratch that out. You didn't hear that.
Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. What the hell? I'll think about it.
Because that's toxic. That's
toxic as hell. I'm just like, what the hell, Steven?
No, that really is toxic. Like, but sheesh, most people nowadays are toxic. People need to go get healed.
I don't think people are toxic more. I think it's just more out in the open and people are not waiting to hold back. They're going to show you their true colors sooner. No, that's what I think.
Absolutely not. They do not. You're married. You don't know. The dating pool is shitty. They fake it till the last bit where they can't take it anymore.
I wish I was single so I could do my own shit. Just not even to be with somebody else, just to do my own shit. Like, not waiting for permission, not hanging on him, not waiting on him, or I'm about to do. Like, this is like my little, not my retreat, but I'm like, all right, I'm going to do my podcast. Peace out.
I'll talk to you later.
I will talk to you later. But like, I wish I didn't even have to do that much.
Yeah.
And I don't have to tell him shit. I could just like ghost.
Pretty much.
Like I'll be back when I get back.
But I do miss having somebody to talk to, like all the time. Well, not all the time, but like check in with, like, hey, how's your day going?
Yeah, that's cute.
But
yeah.
now I just be YOLOing, like. No, and it's to the point that sometimes when people call me, I get annoyed.
Ooh.
I think like I got used to the single thing that when people call me, like, why are you calling me? Like, I don't feel like hearing someone's
I had
voice.
to tell my husband to stop texting me when we were first dating.
Really?
Yeah, he used to text me like 8 times a day. I'm like, yo, you gotta pull back.
This guy that I'm talking to, the way he texts annoys the shit out of me. I don't know if that's a red flag.
It's a red flag on you.
How?
You're annoyed by a text message.
No, it's not a text message.
It's the way
it's the written. Way he texts. Okay. So I hate people who goes, hey, did you see this? Next message. I don't know what I'm about to do. Next message. But I think I'm going to do this. Next message. And then you come look at your phone and you have like 15
Some people type that way. They're nervous.
I hate it. I'm like, yo, just get all your thoughts out in one fucking
Do we have
message.
A second one up there?
Yes, it's 2 of them. So it's just like going off. And you don't even see them. Like, that's the crazy part. Like, it's just, you just hear them dying.
I'm cracking up at these little fly catchers. But they doing the job.
But I hate people who text me like that.
Those are nervous texters.
Oh my God. That shit is annoying.
Those are nervous texters. Yeah. Those people they're nervous.
And,
so they hit
and then another thing, I don't like his voice.
Ooh.
No, he doesn't watch this.
He said, I don't like his voice.
Don't like his voice. It's just his voice. I pray to God. I hope he does not watch this.
We could make it private.
It's not I don't like his voice. It's that his voice doesn't match him. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And I think my voice doesn't match me either, but it's not to the point that I wouldn't talk to you.
Steven's voice doesn't match his body at all.
Really?
No, I think Steven sounds like a brother. And I have to tell my girlfriend that. I'm like, Velvet, when you call Steve to do what's the name, just letting you know, Steven is white, but he sounds like a black man on the phone.
He like a Robin Thicke type.
Yeah. And so she said, she came back to me. She was like, oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, he does sound like a black man on the phone, but I'm like, he's white as can be, but he just sounds like a brother on the phone.
That's hilarious.
If next time he pops in, like, just close your eyes and like peep, like his voice doesn't match his body at all.
That to me, I don't know. It's like, I don't know if it's just me being picky, because I feel as though it's me being picky.
You are being picky. You are being petty. This is the second time I told you in like less than an hour that you're being oh, what's the name? Not toxic. Red flag. That's what we said.
I'm being the red flag. Ooh,
it's okay because you're stepping into the pool. You're wading in one toe at a time. You're not just jumping in like, oh, I'm in love.
Like, he's not a bad person, and that's why I'm like, most times I would nitpick at these little things, and I would just toss somebody away.
So let's flip this real quick. Let's play devil's advocate. Maybe he's nervous about dating you. Like, you probably just something out of his league that he never even.
I doubt it.
I mean, you tall, you Rubenesque, you thick.
So I think
he probably has never like been able to bag somebody like you who is not on the internet.
I doubt.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think
probably not in person.
He probably doesn't have the confidence to like go up to girls. My husband is the same way. That's the only reason I met my husband is because of our app that we used.
Really, what app did you use?
We used Tinder.
Ooh.
Starts with a spark.
Yeah, girl.
And I didn't know it was the booty call app, but he did.
Oh. It was a night stand turned into a fairy tale.
And that shit was not a fucking fairy tale. That shit.
That's hilarious.
This man has put me through so much bullshit. But it's all like petty stuff now that I look back on, compared to what other people go through. Like it's
not that bad.
It's not bad at all. No, it's like middle class problems.
Exactly. I think you be giving him a hard time.
I do.
I definitely think like you be a little.
My mom always was telling me that, like, Shalana, you gotta calm down.
He's a good man, Savannah.
Girl, my mom was like, you gotta calm down. He's going through a lot. Like, Mom, you always taking his motherfucking side. I'm your child. Like,
my mom does the same shit. I hate that when she does that. She's like, oh, but you know you be mean. You're mean.
Is it a Caribbean mom thing?
Yeah, and I'm like, what you mean I'm mean? Like, what do you mean?
It must be an island mom thing.
I'm not mean. He just first of all, on my side, get on this side. You want the wrong
But they want
side.
to take away your friends. So Caribbean moms, they always be like, "Oh, that's not your friend. I had a dream, XYZ." But when it comes to your
They
man,
always dreaming something. Oh my God.
they're always dreaming something. They got their dream interpretation book,
something like, oh, I dreamt about fish.
and then
Are
they
you
match it with the
pregnant?
Bible.
And I'm like, pregnant? What do you mean? She's like, I had a dream about fish. Find out, girl, I'm pregnant. Like, God damn,
But did she match it with the Bible though? Because my mom used to have both books.
Like they said it. It's right here.
It's right here.
Right here.
That shit. That's some Caribbean mom stuff.
I'm like, girl,
I cannot.
you used to be on my side. You always on everybody else's side.
No, but I'm just gonna say, take it in stride. Really enjoy dating. Try not to be as, I don't want to say critical. It's okay to be observant.
Okay.
Totally
I'm very
cool.
observant.
But that's why you got to be dating more than one person at a time, because you're entering the single dating pool. You're not dating to be committed pool.
But the thing is, Jay, I have to not be as picky, because like to me, as soon as you do something that I'm like, I cut you off. I block people so fast. Like,
but if it's actually wrong, yes.
To me, it's wrong.
So for him texting you 10 times to say one message is wrong.
No, it's not wrong. Like, I wouldn't cut you off for that. But
okay.
I did tell him, I was like, oh my God, I hate the way you text. I literally told him that. He was like, oh, I could stop. I could text better. And I was like, no, I don't want to change you. But it's just something I have to get used to, because I really hate it.
No, I would have made him say like, oh, you willing to change? You willing to change your type and shit? Yes, please do. Please type a whole paragraph.
I'm not the type of person that want to make somebody change who they are. Like, I feel as though I should accept you for who you are, regardless. Because if I like you enough, then I should accept you for who you are.
Okay, then you need to accept his 10 messages.
Yeah, I accepted it. Like, I'm used to it. Like right now, he didn't send me. You see, like on my laptop, it's just like ding, ding, ding. Like that's how it is. I'll show it to you.
Okay.
See? Boo, boo, boo. It's the same thing. I said one. It's like that's how it always. It's annoying. Like it's annoying.
So tell him no. Go back to making your correction, please. Can you please just type one paragraph?
Like just make it one sentence. Like why does it have to be?
Please type one sentence.
Act up, but yeah. Other than that, and his voice. He's nice because he's tall. I like guys that are tall, like tall where I have to look up to you.
Yeah, he's not an asshole.
No, he's a sweetheart.
That's good.
He's a sweetheart.
It's very important to date somebody who is not an asshole.
I just feel as though because he's a Libra, we might bump heads. I do.
So
everybody, but some people are like, oh, Libra and Libra is like the most compatible sign, and I don't really believe that.
I disagree.
Really?
I disagree.
I've never really dated a Libra, like an October Libra.
But I know myself, and I know what my standards are. I know that I need that person to be on call, to be worshiping me at a moment's notice, to be doing what I say, how I say it, when I say it. It's not about controlling the person. It's about how I'm being loved.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I don't really see. You just said you want to be texted a certain way. You want.
Yeah, I want to be texted.
You're doing the same shit.
I want to be texted a certain way where it's one lump sum of, hey, how are you doing? This is my day, blah, blah, blah. Cool. And I could read it. And when I go to my phone, I got one notification, not 16. That is what I appreciate.
Right.
I don't need the 16 notifications. Or if I don't respond fast enough, then you text me another 3 times.
I would also say the astrology, it should be for fun. Don't take it too seriously.
I don't take it.
I read tarot cards for a living, or partially.
She's actually really fucking good.
I do read tarot cards.
And you did tell me that somebody is supposed to be coming into my life. They might not be permanent, but they're here for a good time. And I'm ready to have a good
Oh yeah, good time, not a long time. Yeah, there's a few of them.
Exactly.
But I will say, like, even during my readings, people are like, don't you want to know my birthday? Don't you want to know my sign? And they'll give me the other person's sign, and they're giving me all these signs. And I'm like, listen,
none of that matters.
I'm not here for no astrology nonsense. I'm not here for that. I'm here for the tarot cards. They say what they say. I'm delivering the message as it lays here on the paper. That's what I'm here to do. And if I'm going to be honest with you, I don't care to mix the two. Mm-hmm. Astrology is astrology. Tarot is tarot. They're different sciences. Yes, they complement each other. They dance. Numerology is its own thing, but it's really, really fun, and I do enjoy it a lot. It's actually quite accurate. It's
that shit is scary.
It's scary accurate.
Girl, it's scary. And it
Scary
told me that I'm going to meet the love of my life at 30. And I was like, wait, hold up.
Hold on, TikTok, girl. TikTok.
I was like, wait, hold up. What do you mean? So that's why I'm like, I don't want to X off the wrong person.
I wish numerology would tell me when I'm going to be a fucking millionaire. Tell me some shit I want to hear.
Too. It was like, you're
break me off a piece.
Like, you're going to be a billionaire. You're going to make money.
Make me your side piece.
I was like, God.
I'm not gay, but make me your side piece. I ain't gay. Make me your side.
When I listened to it, girl, I cried because it was like, and at the end of it, it was like, probably by now you're crying, but it's all good things. And I was like, yo, what the fuck you mean?
So was that a website you went to?
Yeah.
Can you send it to me?
I will.
That'll be really fun.
That shit was freaky. It was so freaky accurate. I cried. And at the end of it, it was like, you're probably crying right now, but don't cry. It's good things. And I was like,
that is awesome.
Do you know that?
Really good. I'm really happy to hear that. See, I love hearing that, like, that world makes people happy and makes people feel fulfilled. And some people are like, this is bullshit and I don't need this. And I'm like, that is great. It's great that you tried it. You acknowledged it. It's not for you. Move on to the next thing. Don't let astrology hold you back. So don't let the Libra thing hold you back.
Don't always go off of somebody else's experience. Like, you should at least try it for yourself at least once. I
remember one time I read for you and then
freaky accurate experience. And it was the first time we actually met. And that's
well, then I think it's been like 2 years I've been messing with you. So then I did a reading for her, in March? Maybe like 4 months ago. Yeah, 4 months ago at this point, 5 months ago at this point, she paid somebody else to do a reading for her. And you know what they said? The same shit, which is wonderful. So I love to hear.
And that's when I was like, yo, this bitch is real.
But I love that you were brave enough to like just try it, like try the waters, like with somebody else. Like, Shay's my friend, she's a little biased, let me just try somebody else. But it ended up working and fulfilling like those gaps. Like, all right, I'm really making the right stuff.
I never second guess anything that she says. Everything she says, I was like, yes, ma'am.
But I really do love it. I really do love making sure people get the right message and they get it appropriately and on time. I don't like to waste anyone's time. Sometimes I'll just text somebody and just be like, hey, are you doing okay? Because last time I talked to you was 6 months ago and I'm not going to charge you. I just want to talk to you. And we will have like an actual conversation.
Mm-hmm. If y'all need, you better, because she's the truth.
I be knowing my stuff.
Yep. All right. Don't say you ain't hear it here.
I know my stuff. So with that said, I do really, really, really think that you just need to be focused on the person and dating and how it makes you feel, being sexy, being the goddess. Don't be too caught up on the Libra thing. I feel like that's it. That's like a good conclusion to that. You also are dating. So being caught up on one person and how they text, like you're going to be dating so many people, like in a month. You don't want to do that? You don't want to date 2 people a month?
I can't date a lot of people.
5 people a month?
I can't date a lot.
That's a lot of free food, girl.
I know, but I don't have the time. I work so much at the same time. I don't have the time. Like,
it's true.
There's another guy that I was talking to, but he be on his other shit. You know about him because the last time we talked, me and him went on a date.
Yes.
We were supposed
tall,
to go,
dark, and handsome. Okay.
Girl, he is so fine.
He was looking like a bootleg Idris Elba, but he was handsome.
He is so fine. It's his arms for me, like just wrap around it. And like, but he be playing.
He's a playboy.
He is. He be playing.
No, he just want his dick sucked.
Oh, I ain't doing that. I can't help you there, sir. We ain't get that. We ain't get there. So, yeah. But the way he's going, we're not gonna get there because he already
done did.
Yeah, he about to get blocked. He about to get.
Damn, he messed it up that quick.
Girl, I tell you, I block people very easily.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
Like the last dude I told him, I was like, I was talking to him, like every time we would text, and then he would leave me on read. And he had an iPhone, so I knew when he read the message because he had his read receipts on and everything. So he would leave me on read. So I eventually deleted his number, and then he texted me like, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm like, "Who is this?" And he's like, "Why did you delete my number?" Da, 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 da. So I'm like, "Oh, my bad. I'll save it." So then a few weeks go by, we're talking everything. He leaves me on read. He keeps doing it. So I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna give you some time." You know, he never says anything. So then I respond to him. I send him a message. I'm like, "Just so you know, this time I'm deleting your number because it's a waste of space in my phone." He calls me going off like, you're entitled.
He called you.
Yes. You're entitled. You're so disrespectful. You're supposed to ask someone what's going on in their life instead of just cutting them off. I'm like,
Who's entitled?
Thank you. He's entitled. Because I'm like, why do I need to ask a 41-year-old to respond to a message or to communicate and say, hey, I got a lot going on right now. I can't talk. I didn't know I needed to do that, but I'm not going to. So he got blocked.
So when I wanted to start dating in my 20s on college, right? I actually wanted someone over age 40.
Really?
And that's what I should have did.
I feel like that now. But at the same time,
I'm looking for a husband number 4 right now.
The ones that's over a certain age, if their wife isn't like a widow or something, I'm like, why are you single? Like if they've never been married and they're like 50, I'm like, why have you never been married at 50? Like what's wrong with
Maybe they focus on the bag and you need to get some of that.
That is true. Unless they're rich, then it's another problem. Because I'm like, are you rich? Then you don't have nothing to speak.
I don't know, but I told my husband.
What's the point?
I told my husband to get a job, and I made him get the job that has the pension, the federal pension. I'm getting half of that regardless. Divorced, married, living, dead. I'm getting half of that.
Yeah.
So that's one of my little nest eggs.
Well,
that's terrible, isn't it?
It's not bad.
It's not a bad strategy.
I don't see nothing wrong with it. If I would have married my son's father and he didn't lose or do what he did to lose his job at Amtrak, shit, I would have been getting a railroad. Well, I could have married that toxic shit anyway. So
no, like, definitely not.
That was the whole girl. He's been blowing my shit up for some odd reason. Fucking weirdo.
Isn't he married to somebody right now?
You can't tell the way he been. Oh, what the fuck is that? A fly. The way he been blowing my shit up, you fucking can't tell. That shit is weird.
I cannot.
I'm like, dude, get a life outside of bothering me. But
some people are just they can't. They have to revolve their life around someone. Like that fly, they got a buzz. They got a buzz around.
But my thing is, if you say you're happily married, why are you bothering other people? Like it just, to me, it just doesn't make
boggles the mind.
I'm like, you want your cake and eat it too, and that term also didn't make sense to me because if I got my cake, why the fuck wouldn't I want to eat it? Like, I'm sorry.
It's a workaround. You got to think about it. You got to plot.
Like if it's my cake, hell yeah, I'm gonna eat this motherfucker. Like, why wouldn't I want to eat the cake too? So
have your cake and eat it too.
Yes, I'm gonna have my cake and eat it too.
But you're eating it twice, and that's not possible.
Oh, have it already. Mm-hmm. And then, that's what they've been saying. Mm-hmm. That makes more sense. So
you're overreaching. That's what the expression is saying.
That makes more sense. Okay. See, earlier I told the white guy, right? I was like, oh yeah, I smoke a lot of weed. And I was like, but I rolled. I was like, I rolled once. First of all, my name is Khalifa. I got weed named after it. I was like, yeah, I smoke weed and everything. Well, I roll. I was like, I probably roll better than you. And he was like, yeah, that's impossible. I was like, because you look like the type who use papers or probably a bowl or something. He was like, you need to stop stereotyping me. Oh. And then I was like, first of all, did you stretch before you take that reach? Because I have a whole thing of papers.
Did you stretch?
What the? I'm like, dude, I have papers. Like, what do you mean? I use papers too. I'm not stereotyping.
Yeah, my husband's not allowed to smoke weed. He has a bad reaction. It makes him paranoid.
Really?
Yeah, like he'd be skitzing on the floor, spinning. I don't know.
Troy was like, oh, I get like nervous.
He also smoked weed with like another crazy white person that we're friends with. I love you and I'm sorry, you know who you are. I hope you don't watch this.
We say so much things.
But Steven said I fell through the universe through a me-shaped hole.
What?
He fell through the universe through a hole that was shaped like himself. That's what he said.
Oh yeah, don't smoke, sir.
He took an edible, I think he took the whole thing or half of it, and he was having like a paranoid episode the entire time he was out at this event.
Oh my, I hate edibles because the high lasts.
I was just like, Steven, you're just not cut out for marijuana use. Just stop.
Yeah, I can't.
Just stop.
I can't do edibles. I could smoke, but edibles is where I draw the line because that shit.
I had a girlfriend.
It's too strong.
What is it? THC is the one with the actual.
The high
part. Mm-hmm. So she thought she was taking CBD. and took it to relax because I think she said her sister gave it to her, so she started cleaning her house, playing music, and she ended up going to the hospital. I watched over her daughter, and I was very scared for her. It actually,
She's so dramatic.
no, it was scary. She had aphasia. She had aphasia. She was freaking out. She was grabbing the grass. It was scary. It was scary.
Like
she was really tripping. But
that's funny.
Yeah, but that made her like realize and acknowledge her body even further. Like she really needs to take care of herself. She has to monitor her anxiety, watch her drinking, really, really keep an eye on her alcohol consumption, because she lives her best life. She's pure, she's beautiful, tall, Caribbean girl, just like us. But like something in her life was happening, and like when she had that trip and a couple of other things that I'm not going to go into because that's her story, but like it propelled her into self-wellness. So if she never did that, she never would have had self-wellness. Steven didn't have that. Steven just got high as a kite, was tripping, fucked up, didn't enjoy himself.
See, the only time I've ever tripped off anything was shrooms.
I don't do drugs, so I have no idea.
I've tried shrooms before my little brother passed. He used to sell a lot of shit.
You get on my nerves.
He used to sell a lot of shit. And he was like,
so he gave you some shrooms?
Yeah, he was like, I got tabs or I got shrooms. Which one you want? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna pass on the tabs because they're like, it's like PCP and
yes.
It's like, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna pass on that. But I'll try the shrooms. And we had it on pizza. It was like me, him, my little cousin. So, because they're disgusting to try to just swallow like whole. They're nasty. They're dried up mushrooms. And
oh my
disgusting.
God.
So we ate it on pizza. We didn't sleep the entire night because the shit will not let you close your eyes. Like when your eyes are closed, you swear the black is moving.
I don't do the myceliums. I'm sorry. I can't.
Girl, I went to the bathroom, the curtains is like dancing and shit. And I was like, yeah, never the fuck.
So it was just like the commercials and the little music videos. It was just like that.
Little things just like this. Just like that. And I'm like, yeah, never again.
You know what I'm imagining? Like the shower curtain having little fish on it and the fish are moving and talking to you and shit.
My shower curtain had like these like designs and shit, and it was dancing, and I was like, why is everything dancing? And I'm in the bathroom like dancing with them and shit. And I'm like, yeah, this is not it.
Don't do drugs, y'all.
Don't, but yeah. And one of my cousins from Florida, the first time we like actually went out, we were all smoking and shit, and we were having fun. We were like in Atlantic City, and he was like, yeah, y'all don't do shrooms because I love shrooms. Like that's a Florida thing. I love shrooms.
Oh yeah, my brother told me that. My brother told me that drug use in Florida is like very ubiquitous.
And he's like, oh, because that shit make you see shit in 3D. I'm like, dude, life is 3D. Like, what more life can it be? And he's like, no, like 3D. I'm like, that makes no sense. But when I tried it, it made sense. Like,
I was friends with somebody who did drugs terribly, and he told me that he's done so many drugs, he has seen the universe in its totality in full shape. I'm like, you're a junkie who lives in your parents' attic. So I'm not really sure what to say.
Like,
and I told him that.
The whole totality, like, dude, what do you mean? Like, I would definitely make him elaborate. Like, get into that. Like, explain that to me.
You know, we haven't always gotten along, but
explain that.
You know, it's just
like, what did you see? Like, what depth did you see for you to feel that way?
I don't know, but you know, it just yeah, don't do drugs. But so the gentleman that you're dating is upset because you stereotyped him on how he smokes his weed. That's the moral of the story.
No, definitely a reach. He did not stretch. I was like, you pulled a muscle, didn't you? When I showed him, I was like, but I have papers. So what do you mean? Yeah, I was like, yeah, you pulled a muscle, didn't you? You feel stupid, don't you? I'm like, you feel real stupid, don't you?
Y'all so stupid.
Yeah, like, what does the color of your skin have to do with that? Like, how is that a stereotype? I just assumed a lot of people don't use blunts because that's something that you use in the hood. Like,
I don't know. Some people like it.
Because majority of people I've been around, like a lot of West Indians too, people from the Caribbean.
They're like, it's cleaner.
Yeah, they don't do blunts. They do papers. So
I've heard that using a blunt uses more weed. Like it wastes more.
To me, it does.
Yeah, that's what people are telling me.
Like it definitely does. Especially depends on the blunt that you use. Because if you use like entourages and shit, hell yeah. Entourages is like fucking like actual cigars and shit. The papers is double roll. It's huge. If you do like a swisher or like a backwood or something. Like it's not a backwood is like an entourage show.
I don't know what any of that is, but yes, I will take you at your word.
Like I'm not doing it because of the stereotype. I'm just some people don't know that.
I will take it on your word.
Thank you.
I do hope that once you are evolved into your new status in being like the new, not the new Callie, but renewed. I'll say renewed. I don't want to say new.
Reborn.
Refresh button.
Rebrand.
Yeah, rebranding. I think that's a good way to put it.
I got rid of my hoe card. I'm not a hoe anymore.
Well,
I'm like Amber Rose.
I think
I refreshed my wholeness.
like Angela White. You pulled an Angela White, y'all. But I do hope that the evolution of your own self is as fulfilling as you are looking forward to. And I know it will be, but I'm excited to be your friend and be part of that. That'd be nice.
Too. We're going all in. This whole journey is about to be exciting. I feel it. I love your nails. They're so cute.
They are cute. Winnie the Pooh nails. They're so cute.
Everybody was kind of like, oh, they're so cute. I was like, yeah, I know, right?
3 hours.
No, for real.
It took us 3 hours to do this set.
I had to, what am I gonna do? She's like, I want one hand light pink, one hand dark pink. I was like, yeah, let's not do that. We're just gonna do light pink and dark pink and make it the theme of your shower.
You ignored me what I said, but it's still very, very cute.
To the theme of the shower.
Yes,
I'm very excited.
Yes, I'm very excited for the shower. Very excited. I'm totally happy. I actually, before I was able to conceive, I never wanted a baby shower.
Really?
I never wanted one.
Why?
I didn't do a bridal shower. I didn't do an engagement party.
What?
I only did my wedding because I paid for it.
Oh yeah.
So
see, I want all that. I want a bride. I don't even want just a bridal shower. I want a bridal shower, but right before the wedding and everything, I want a bridal trip. Like I'm taking my bitches out of the United States. Like we gotta go somewhere and hoe for one last day.
One last day.
We gotta shake our ass and get crazy.
Listen, Roxy Slay's page is always having shit like that. Like she goes on so many bachelorette trips.
She's in Mexico right now.
She's always
living
doing something.
Best life. I was like, go ahead, girl. Listen. But she's in Mexico for free. Like the flights, everything. For free? Yes.
She doing the damn thing.
Girl, I was like, she's living her best life, yo. That's the life. I'm like, look at her. That's the life I plan to live. Go ahead, girl.
I love that. I love that we plan trips, like as women, generally speaking. Like I plan trips. I do not bring my husband. I do not discuss it. I do not offer it. Girl. Bring me to the airport. I will see you when I get back. I will text you when I land.
Like when I was going to New Orleans and stuff, because I was in a relationship at the time.
I don't know.
He was like, oh, so who you go with? Oh, my cousin. He's like, why you didn't ask me?
Because you're not invited.
Invited. It's a girls thing. I'm sorry. Oh,
girls and gays only. Goodbye.
Sorry, you can't come.
Listen, my husband chooses to spend his time with Dungeons and Dragons and his video games. I cannot fucking stand it.
Yeah, so that's you. If that's what you want to do, sir, you picked what you wanted to do.
My trip to Miami, girls and gays only.
I can't. I need another trip.
I need a trip too, and I'm pregnant. I'm ready to leave my baby with somebody so we can go.
I'm like, yeah, you're pregnant.
We can go in February.
Oh, February. I'm going to Dominica in February. You want to come?
I want to go. Yeah.
You can come to Carnival. I'm definitely going to Dominica in February.
Listen, I feel like
I'm buying my ticket.
I see the girls. So in Puerto Rico, we have Carnival, but it's not the same. It's not dark skin. It's not like big feathers. It's just
really,
yeah. Like it's like a different culture. But it's boring.
Okay.
In my opinion,
so
I can say that as a Puerto Rican person. I can say that. Y'all can't.
So ours is like in the road playing mash, juve. But
if you go to the Caribbean, if you go to like
my cousin right now is in Antigua for Carnival.
One of my cousins is in Antigua too.
Oh yeah, it's Carnival in Antigua right now.
We got the same cousin. What's
going
on? But yeah, she's like all in all her feathers and her face glitter, and she's got like her stockings with her thong on, and I'm like
playing math, and that's exactly why I would go to. That's why I go to Dominica, because like in America, if you go to like New York or whatever, or Caribana in Canada and all that stuff, to play mas, the costumes expensive. They're like $1,200, like for one fucking day. I'm not paying.
I think you can rent it. I think you can rent your feathers.
You have to buy.
You have to buy
You
them.
have to buy them shits.
I just like the way they be covering the nipples. Like how y'all be covering the titties? And it's a lot of titties out there. Like,
but if I go back home, it's probably like $300.
That's not terrible, and you get to keep it.
And I get to keep it. And most times I sit in there folding it. I literally probably bring my suitcase with nothing pretty much in it, just so I can put it back in.
That's a good. That's a good.
Come back because it should be big as.
That is a good idea.
Like the other time, I had to come back. When I was coming back, I had to wear my wings. I'm like just walking through the airport. I'm like these big fucking wings. I'm like, yeah. It was like, oh, that's your carry-on. Yeah, unfortunately.
That's your carry-on.
My wings.
These damn wings. And I see like there's different processions, like they have a different color theme.
Yeah, different groups. Because like one will be like
gold,
last year, yeah,
one will be emerald
gold,
green,
one will be this color,
crimson red.
And most times, like the ones Dominica get are the same ones that's in Trinidad because their carnival is around.
It's like a sister.
Time.
Okay.
Yeah, so we use the same people to make the costumes. And so one time they did like, oh, this one is Phoenix, this one is like some bird from the ocean and some shit like that. Like they do like different animals or different elements. Like this one's earth, this one's wind, this one's fire. So the colors go with like different things.
Yes, yeah. I know that there's like different characters, and then you go with your parade group in the procession.
And most times they give you food, they give you unlimited drinks. That's
that's
by
what
the
I've
time
seen.
You're done. You're passed out on somebody's step. Like you didn't even make it through the whole carnival. You're knocked out somewhere.
You're knocked out.
And you're like, oh, where is? We're like, we looking for her too. She passed out somewhere. Like you just gotta keep.
Like, have you seen my light skin friend Shay? She lost somewhere.
That's literally how it is. Because somebody comes and like, did you see my dad? I'm like, I saw your dad 2 hours ago. Yeah, I can't find him, girl. You gonna have to look.
Y'all better Uber or something.
No, tell you what, yeah.
But it's fun because like it's just ass and titties everywhere, and everyone's just there having a good time
for days.
And there's nowhere the parade is going.
It's just
y'all just moving
round and round.
Yeah, it's
like
I'm excited.
In Trinidad and stuff. It's in a park. In Dominica, it's actually on the road, so you're on a trail going round and round. Yeah, nonstop.
Left, right, left, right.
Follow the leader. Yeah.
That shit. Playing on a fucking loop. Right, left, right.
Non-stop.
Running and screaming and carrying on. I'm excited.
Girl, that shit is fun.
That'd be cool.
It's actually.
Let me give birth to my baby first.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. And who is watching this child while I'm out of the country?
Steven.
Steven, I need you to use your PTO.
Steven, like, bye, Steven.
She might be 4 months old.
Yeah, you could take her.
I can take her. It's no problem.
Because if you take her, my family will watch her. We have a delegated aunt that stays home. She stays and watch the kids. So yeah, you can work.
I probably could. Wait, so my plan for the baby is to breastfeed and to have breast milk frozen. Is there a way to do that? We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Because everybody don't be having freezers in the Caribbean. It's like a waste. Well, because most people prefer their food fresh. Oh, okay. Most people prefer their food fresh. Like I know Caribbean people like who don't even use the freezer. They only use the fridge.
Yeah, that is true. The freezer
is just empty.
It's pretty much empty.
They don't even put ice in their
probably
drinks.
Have ice pops.
That's probably it. But a lot of Caribbean
everything gets cooked
fresh.
Yeah, you buy it, you cook it. Yeah, that's how it is.
That's my question. Yeah. Okay, something to consider.
The freezer will probably be empty for you. You can just stock your shit.
Listen, Steven would love to go. He will just be a drunk fool, just sitting there sweating, looking around.
And the thing is, like, one of my cousins own a bar in the main of the in the downtown. So where the carnival is, we stay upstairs of his bar, and he has like a balcony and everything. You just sit out there and you're just watching the whole carnival. And then at some point, you're like, all right, fuck it. And then you just go downstairs. So he owns a bar and everything. So we're drunk the whole time.
Somebody's watching this baby.
Like, so my aunt is the delegated baby watch.
Oh, that'd be fine. And I wouldn't mind bringing my baby. It's just like who is doing that during the festivities?
To me, I bring my kids.
Oh yeah, I'm bringing my kids on vacation.
Yeah,
that was never a vacation.
But I bring them on vacation. Like I bring them to Dominica. And they get to go, we go do different things, take them to the beach and take them here and that. Yeah. But carnival, these 3 days of carnival
is adult.
Stay at home. You stay at home.
That's an adult holiday. That's my concern.
You're already here, but you in the house. Like I'm outside. You stay in the house for these 3 days. That's it. And they do have kiddie carnival. So there's that one point where you can have the kids and they have their the same costumes like the adults. They have it in kids version. And it's so cute because you see them over there like, oh, like, okay. And it's exciting. My son be terrified because like they dress up in like the masquerade thing with all the zombies and things like that. So he be running. But other than
well, it's only 3.
Other than that, it's a good time. You be trying to drink all the water.
Does your daughter like it?
Oh, she loves it.
Okay. I mean, all the colors and feathers. She's in her element.
Yeah. And yesterday she took her first cheerleading pictures and everything.
Oh my God.
Such a bougie child.
Do not gas that girl.
Bougie. She looks so cute in it though. I will show you the picture.
Show me the pictures later. So yeah, what a cutie.
I was like, oh.
Your daughter's bossy.
Growing up. I can't.
I can't wait to see like what she's doing like when she's 12.
Girl, I can't wait.
Do you know what I mean? Like you're supposed to enjoy every phase, but like your daughter's something.
She is. I can't wait to see what she turns into when she's like an adult. Like I hope I'm here to see it because I cannot wait. I know she's gonna be something great.
Something powerful.
Something amazing.
I'm imagining her taking her cheerleading pictures like with her hand on her hip.
Yeah. Yeah, with her little pom pom.
Yeah, her pom pom hand on her hip, head cocked to the side.
Look at the dimpling. And she's like, yeah. She's like me. She got that one deep dimple, and that's her side. Like, I'm like, go ahead. Girl.
Are you guys still going to NYC tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. I wish you luck. That's a long day.
I was considering taking the train instead of driving.
Oh, you could drive to Metuchen.
No, I'm not driving at all. I was going to take the train straight from Atlantic City.
Oh,
because it takes you from Atlantic City to Port Authority.
Oh, yeah. So, and around your way, you could get to AC pretty quickly. Yeah. So like where I am, I might drive to Metuchen or maybe Addison. But it's only an hour drive to Metuchen. I think
you can take it somewhere in Camden as well.
It's probably the transportation station.
I think so.
The transportation station on Broadway.
Like $17 and it takes like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Someplace in Camden, if you take it to, I was like, I didn't know that because I do it from Atlantic City.
Because I remember my girlfriend used to go in college. I used to pick up my girlfriend and I would bring her. She would have to go to like Plainfield or Irvington or something like that, North Jersey.
30 that's my city.
Listen, Irvington. But I didn't want her a little Haiti. I'm rolling. So I would drop her off and I would wait with her. She would wait with me in my car because it was too cold for her to sit on the platform. So I would just sit with her in my car. And we would see like people fighting, domestic disputes, a couple crackheads, but as soon as the train started shaking, you could hear it. So then when the train pulled up and started to slow down, then that's what she would get out of my car. And then, but she would go home that way. So there are a lot of trains from Camden City.
That white guy right there.
Oh,
he's like somebody's dad. Hey,
Zaddy, come back, sir. Anyway, yeah. So there are trains, but I guess I never thought of Atlantic City. I guess I just never thought of it.
Oh yeah.
And I always forget about the airport in Atlantic City too.
The airport is not in Atlantic City. It's in Egg Harbor.
Yeah, it's like next to it.
It's not even
close. Egg Harbor?
Yeah.
Oh,
Atlantic
shit.
City Airport is not even there.
Oh, Lord. I don't know what it's talking about.
It's so stupid because it's called Atlantic City Airport.
But it's not in Atlantic City.
Not even there. It's in Egg Harbor.
You have to pass it's Egg Harbor. Small as hell.
Yeah, it is.
So you always have to get a layover.
You have to leave Egg Harbor, Pomona, Absecon, Atlantic City. Like it's all these things between it.
What the hell?
And they call it Atlantic City Airport.
Oh, I didn't know that. I retract my comment. I retract my statement.
Like it's actually closer to Mays Landing than it is Atlantic City. It's so weird.
Oh,
yeah.
That's stupid.
It's stupid.
All right, so you're going to New York City tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Times Square and like.
That'll be nice.
And go to Broadway maybe.
Yeah, you gotta use the whole day because you went all the way up there to do your stuff. So just handle your business and then just go sightsee.
So I was like, we might as well. I'm taking the whole day off, so I might as well take the whole day off.
Well, what'd be nice is make sure you don't go on the train with no food, but you can relax on the train. Yeah. That'll be nice.
They also have a bus that does it too. It's a shuttle from Atlantic City that takes you to Newark Airport. So if you ever have to fly through Newark, You take the shuttle.
I hate Newark Airport.
I
It's
do
very
too.
chaotic. It's not
I
organized,
like JFK.
but there's way more flights.
Yes.
There's way more flights.
I like JFK and I love Philly. And the reason I love
Philly Airport is very organized.
It's organized and there's never a lot of traffic. Like
It's beautiful.
yeah, and it's clean and there's never a congestion.
It's all black people. It's all us.
Yeah,
it's all black people that work there.
And another airport I like too is Atlanta. As big as it is, that shit is fucking huge.
I don't like the Philly airport for one reason, and that's because after a certain time, all the restaurants are closed. That makes no sense. Because how are guests going to be able to eat?
Yeah, it's like at 11 o'clock.
And that doesn't make any sense.
But yeah, but they have this awful pen there, and I love.
Atlanta Airport, Atlanta, Georgia.
Huge. It's huge.
Isn't that's an international airport as well?
And it's like 2 football fields. It's huge.
It's probably 5.
And they do the stupidest shit in Atlanta. Like you're landing there, and they know you have a connecting flight. You're landing. You're gonna come in gate 1. Your connecting flight is in gate 16, and you only got 15 minutes to spare because they're always fucking late landing in Atlanta. So now you have to hightail and run across the whole.
Clench your butthole,
girl. And then don't even say that you have to go get baggage or whatever the case is to try to get to your connecting flight. Just replan your flight because you're gonna miss it. I hate Atlanta Airport. I hate Atlanta Airport. Like it's nice. I like how it is, and it has so many food options. It's like a fucking mall. But the thing is,
the logistics are shitty.
It's just shitty as hell.
I think that's the issue with a lot of airports. And Buttigieg, or whatever his name is, director of transportation, is like putting these airlines on trial. So he put the airlines on trial recently for like, if you are advertising 6 flights per day, but you don't have enough staff, we are going to charge you various fees and like demerits for doing that on purpose, because you booked the flight, you took the money, but you already knew you didn't have the staff.
That's crazy.
So
and they do that, and then all of a sudden when you come to actually get on the plane, then they're moving your seat and then all this extra shit, and they're like, oh, we're so sorry, we're gonna have to change your flight and all this, and then they want to just give you fucking a coupon for breakfast. Fuck out of here.
I don't know how I did it, but I got to Philly Airport with 45 minutes before my flight to Puerto Rico, and somehow we got on the plane on time. Wow. I don't know how I did it.
Every time I'm going international, Puerto Rico.
It's right there, yeah. It's a 4-hour flight, so it's not a big deal to reschedule.
Every time I'm going there, like if I'm flying somewhere, I am one of those people that I have to be, like if I'm going somewhere within the United States, I have to be there 2 hours in advance.
I needed to too, but that day I was not organized. I did not have my shit together. I got roasted.
I needed 2 hours in advance. I'm going to the Caribbean or something. I need at least 4 hours in advance. But me, I'm also a horrible planner and stuff too, because I don't pack until like the day before my flight. Like the day, like sometimes the morning of, I'm sitting there packing.
Do you get restless and just go to the airport? Because I did that for Jamaica. Like our flight wasn't till 9, and me and Steven, we were just up at 4 a.m. I'm like, yo, are you up? Let's just go to the airport.
I do.
Like, let's just go.
Sit there for 4 hours. I'd rather sit at the airport.
Yeah, and just be
I
there.
Not miss my flight than to just be at home chilling and then waiting. Like, no, I'll just go to the airport.
Just go to the airport. Yeah, I really think that travel is one of those things where, like, when you do it once, you do it wrong. You do it twice, you do it better, and then it's like, all right, now I have a rhythm. Now I have standards for myself, and I know for sure what I want to do.
The only thing I don't like traveling is with kids. I hate traveling with.
It's an extra puzzle piece.
Yo, like my daughter is easy now because she's 7. She helps. Like she knows her shit. She carries her shit. She carries her own weight. My son, fuck man, like come on, hurry up with your little legs. I have to carry him on my back or running through the airport. That's the other thing I hate. And because I will not travel I will not travel with the fucking stroller, and I'm not doing
no. Don't do that. I remember I was eating like my bagel and coffee waiting for my flight, and then these 2 girls, they must have been like 8 and 10 or like 9 and 7. They were close, they were sisters, obviously close in age, but like they were so upset. They're like, Daddy, we want to see the airplane. And they were crying. The one girl started jumping. I was like, they're so excited for this flight. Yeah. And the parents were just letting them cry, just letting them get it out. Because it's an emotional thing for them. They've never flown before. They don't remember it, at least.
Yeah.
So they were very definitely excited. They were going somewhere, and they were just so cute and so excited. The little girl was throwing a little tantrum, but her parents just let her do it because it's better for her to do it now
than on the plane.
Than on the plane. Yep.
And my daughter, she's been bugging me. She's like, I feel like flying. Like, we haven't flown anywhere. I want to go on a plane. I'm like, girl, you not paying.
You got airplane money.
Like, relax. She's like, let's go to Disney World and let's go to Sea World. I'm like, first of all, it's one or the other because we're not going to both. Like, I don't know where you think I'm getting all this money from.
I don't know. And NAACP still has a red flag on Florida for us, folks.
Yo, I'm definitely not going to Florida.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like. I already said the two states I really hate of all the United States, Florida and Texas.
Yeah.
I hate Texas and I hate Florida.
Gregory and Ronald need to have several seats. Just
dang.
Sit down.
And those really are the worst states. Like,
and those really are the worst names, and they motherfucking got them.
And I'm like, oh, Florida, yuck, and Texas, double yuck.
Florida, Texas, and California are like the stepchildren. They're the bald-headed stepchild.
I've never been to, but I've never wanted.
I heard it's so overcrowded, and like people leave. It's very overcrowded. Insurance companies.
LA is dirty. It's full of homeless people. Like
Los Angeles, if I remember correctly, it has the third largest economy. If it was a country in the world, if it was a country, it would have the third largest economy in the world.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
That's disgusting. I don't want to be a part of that.
That's why it's so expensive. That's why a one bedroom is $1 million.
But my brother went there. He had the time of his life. He just got like a little hotel room, a hostel, and he just went to like the various like neighborhoods, and he really enjoyed it. He said when you go there, you see why it's as expensive as it is because it's beautiful.
Yeah, I'll pass. Like that's one place that's not on my bucket. Like you don't want to go to California? No, I don't want to go to California. I'm not interested. There's a guy that was over there who kept trying to get me to come visit him, and I'm like, dude,
what? No.
Like he came over here. He's not from here. He's from California, but he bought a house over here.
Okay.
But he owns a tech company over there. So he's like, oh, why don't you come visit me? No, I'm not interested.
Maybe when California has their economic collapse, maybe I'll buy a vacation house out there.
California is gonna pretty much get separated from the rest of the United States.
Yeah, I can't.
It's only a matter.
It's too many natural disasters over there. I don't got time.
They need to break off.
Here in the Northeast, that's why I'm staying over here. They need to break off Florida. Florida needs to go.
Florida needs to just go. Like we can just cut ties with Florida.
I will never leave the Northeast because we don't have like a lot of natural disasters here. Like we have a very limited amount of weather events. It's tornadoes. It's tornadoes. We get hurricanes. We get a few little tremors from a very minor earthquake.
But the tornado thing is what's throwing me through the loop because we never used to get that before. And all of a sudden, they used to always tell me, well, like when I was in school, they said we couldn't get tornadoes because tornadoes only go in places of flat land. It doesn't go into mountainous or hilly places. Jersey is hilly and mountainous. So how the fuck are we getting all these tornadoes? Like
we don't get the big ones like out in Kansas and all that.
This city up here by Marlton, that shit demolished.
Demolished.
I'm like, well,
there was a mild wildfire in that area, Marlton, Medford, something like that. Yeah. But it was like relatively small.
That shit is weird though. Like,
yeah, I'm not leaving the Northeast.
The other day, like that, they had a thunderstorm and tornado watch over here. And girl, by the time I was going home, every fucking tree on Landis was down. Going all the way to May, like all the trees, literally one there. No. There was a big ass utility truck had to drive over all the trees to make a path for people to go on it because there was so much trees in the ground. I was like, oh no, this tornado shit is different.
It's for the birds.
Because I was like, when the fuck did we start having tornadoes? Like that shit is weird.
It's okay. We just gotta roll with the punches because being mad at the weather is not going to be helpful.
Wildfire happening in Hawaii?
Yes. Demolished the whole island of Maui. God bless. God be with everybody over there. A lot of people died. A lot of people died.
I'm so sad that God bless all of them. Rest in peace on their souls.
People were throwing themselves in the fucking ocean if they got to the ocean in time.
It's an island.
But Maui is a big island. If your section is already surrounded by fire, how are you going to get there, baby?
I've never been to. I've never wanted to because Hawaii is expensive too. So really fucking expensive.
Yeah.
So I was like, See, one day I was like, oh, let me just check the flights. I was like, 3,000. Okay, yeah, let me know check the flights. I was like, never mind. Like the flights to Hawaii itself is expensive. So yeah.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
I want to go to Costa Rica though. That's one. A lot of people say Costa Rica.
Yeah, Costa Rica is really, really beautiful. That's what I've heard, and it's a very prominent destination for Americans.
Costa Rica is one on my bucket list. Colombia.
So here's how I see my life.
El Salvador.
Here's how I see my life going, right? Like I want 2 kids, keep my 2 cars, 2 vacations a year, and that's what I want. Maybe I'll have 2 husbands. I don't know. I'm on this first one right now. I should be okay.
Wait, would you have the 2 husbands at the same time or separate?
Hell no, separate.
There's this whole thing that's now on TLC after this new show
separate
called Brother Husband.
Oh, do I get twice the coins?
Yes. Y'all, it's like a polygamous thing, but the wife is the one running the show. She's single, like she's here, and she has multiple husbands.
Hey, I like that.
That shit is crazy.
She gets twice the coins though.
I was like, that's crazy. Like
that's not crazy. I forget what the word is. When it's a woman with more than one husband, it's not, the word is not polygamy.
It's not polygamous. It's
that's a different word.
I forgot what it's.
I forgot what it is too.
But he follows that thing. It's a whole bunch of women on that show, and she's like, "Oh, it's just that I couldn't love just one person. I have too much love to offer just one person."
I don't want none of that shit. I just want some money. So she putting love in it.
Yeah.
No, not me.
And I kids and everything. I'm like, yo, y'all.
So I was saying to somebody earlier today, and I joked about this with my husband, but I'm dead fucking serious. If I was not a married, honest type of person, if I wanted to baby mama it through life, and I could have, but I chose not to, I would seriously have like 3, 4, 5 kids by 3, 4, 5 different people and collect 3, 4, 5 different checks. Because you dumb hussies out here, you got 3 kids, 2 kids, 5 kids by one person. Y'all getting one check. You're dumb as hell.
The thing is,
monopolize.
If I had to do it like that, my baby fathers have to have money though. Like I'm not having 3, 4 kids with broke niggas. One gotta be
but you get the child support regardless.
No, one has to be a doctor because then I'm getting more. One has to be a doctor, one is a lawyer, one is like a politician. Yeah, girl, we getting coin. Like
we're plotting.
I'm like, what? No, I'm not gonna do it, bro. $300 a month ain't pushing it, baby. I need a good 5K.
You know what? I got accused of baby trapping Steven.
What?
Yeah, there's an estranged family member who is
what?
Like, it's an estranged family member, an estranged sibling, years ago. It must be 6 years ago. It was before we were even married. She said that I was trying to baby trap my husband, trying to baby trap Steven. And I'm like,
he ain't got none.
He's like some middle class divorced guy who works for his dad. Like what? Like
I'm like, he's broke.
Girl,
and he got credit card debt. He ain't got none.
I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, baby trap.
For love. Like, what do you mean? Girl, spin the block.
Spin the block. I was like, what?
Maya's father, his mom had said that. Like at first, I didn't really like her. She's never gonna watch this. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
But I didn't really like her in the beginning because she said that shit. I'm like, I was with your son for 2.5 years from high school, whatever the case is. Been like whatever. And she was on drugs at the time too.
Oh.
So now she's been clean since my daughter been born. 7 years she's been clean.
Okay, good.
She changed her life around for her grandchild, right?
Great.
I appreciate that. But before that happened, this bitch, when Anthony told her I was pregnant, she was like, well, you better get a DNA test. I ain't claiming no baby that ain't mine. Because that girl, she just trying to trap you. Your son is living with me, ma'am. And every time you need a ride, I have to come and pick you up and bring you somewhere. Like, he doesn't drive. He ain't got a car. He ain't got no place to live.
Oh, yeah, that's what I said. Like, Steven had no birth certificate. He had no credit score. Fuck.
He ain't got no credit score.
He had a credit score of 0. That shit, I never knew that shit existed.
He needed her resume. I had to make his resume. You have no job. Ma'am, do you know what your son is? Like, you talking about trying to trap him?
Everything that these men are, we made them.
Thank you. This nigga had the same job that I got him before our daughter was born. To this day, he just left that shit and got a new job. Recently, she's 7. So yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it wasn't for me, he wouldn't be where he is. So
I am
bitch,
not
please.
baby trapping no
He
motherfucking
even texted
body.
me the other day, like, hey, can you still help me with fixing my
They're
credit?
trying to baby trap us. Fuck. Like,
I was like, it was me. It was definitely me. He over here like, oh, can you still fix my credit for me? Nigga.
no, fix my
Like,
credit.
sound like your mom told me I was trapping you, sir. Like, you ain't got nothing to give me. What do you mean? Like, what am I trapping you for? Like, I can say if you have money. You ain't got no money. What do I want? Like, what am I making? Shit.
This thing is staying. I just can't. So is it the chair and the baby trap?
Yeah.
All right, the chair and the baby trap. That's the name of the motherfucking episode. Thank you guys for watching.
I died on that one. Not the 9-9 was hilarious.
Not the 9-9.
That was hilarious.
I can't.
Yeah. It's the infamous chair and the baby trapper. All right.
Baby,
guys.
period. See y'all. Share teas.
All right. Follow us. Till
Pew.
next time.
I loved this one.